What's going on, everyone? So let's take a look at EHANG. So ticker symbol EH stock, and EHANG has been making a lot of moves since the last time I made videos about them. So previously, just to take it back a little bit, EHANG, they had little short reports. It wasn't looking too good for them. And I mean, we were following it and you could see the massive sell-off, right? And since then, I mean, it downtrend a little bit and people right now deciding to, get in. But at least right now, I'm not going to look too much at the price, even though we are currently at $45.60. But I want to see some more of the stuff that they've been putting out. Because previously, when I was making my videos, there wasn't really much to work with besides, like the prototypes of them flying it. And like that was, videos way back. So now they added some new videos to their YouTube channel as well as showing some things on Twitter. And there's also some updates in terms of like what they're working on. So I figured I'd share with you that information. But I mean, just looking at it historically really quick, let's just take a look at the price points. And after the sell-off, obviously we saw it. And it did increase back up to potentially 70 plus. And then obviously we see this drop back down. We did reach down here. It looks like $28.73, give or take. And then now we reached up back again. Highs closer towards the 50 plus $52 range. And now we're hovering around the $45 mark. And just before I get any farther, just remember this video is for entertainment purposes only. This is not financial advice. Be sure to do your own research before making any investments. But let's just look at the good stuff right now. So first off, let's go here. I'm on YouTube. You just look up EHANG's website. And before, if you guys were just following EHANG right now, then obviously you wouldn't understand some of the stuff I'm going to say. But just previously, if you check out their YouTube channel, they didn't really have any flights with, one, showcasing the person inside, and two, it wasn't really showing much besides like, videos they made a while back. Now, this is recent, like literally a day back. So depending when you're watching this, obviously, change the time. But this is the most recent post, at least up to where I'm watching this right now. And the music doesn't really matter too much because there's literally no music. But literally here we can see that this is a 360 video too. So watch, we'll just go off. There's actually a person here this time because the last time they had the video where it's flying over the water, it was empty. So there was nobody in the actual aircraft. So it was kind of like saying, hey, let's see this with a real person. Now, the cool thing is, check this out. This is a 360 video. So like here you can see like the insides, and I'm assuming this is, legit. They're not, faking or anything. Again, cross my fingers. But based off how this looks, it looks pretty legit. And then you can see this dude right here. And, he's actually inside of this thing. And then you can see he's, like, recording stuff on his phone. And, I mean, based off that, it's every time you ever notice, like, when someone records another video recording, like, the screen messes up and stuff. But so far, this looks pretty legit to me. Now, if you were to just watch this, it's pretty, basic. He's just flying over, like, some land inside of this drone, right? And right now, it looks pretty believable. I mean, it looks pretty good. And then, you can see things. They do move slower because of obvious recording. But again, if someone were to comment on that, feel free to let me know. But I believe when you see, like, helicopters, when the propellers move so fast that you can't really see it spinning. But one thing I would say, I think maybe it's because of the way the camera was, like, positioned, that the sound that it recorded or picked up doesn't sound very, I'd say, safe to me, right? So again, I'm just making comments. I'm trying to critique this video because so far it's pretty self-explanatory. You see it flying. There's not much to say critique. But if you were to listen to the actual sound, and actually let me see if I can play the sound really quick. See if maybe you guys can hear it. I'll raise my volume up and I'll just start playing it. And listen to this sound real quick. So you can hear that a little bit, and like, I don't know, it sounds to me like kind of scary. Again, I'm just trying to critique it, guys. There's not much to, comment on besides the sound. So that could be one or two things. One, it could be the 360 camera, like sitting on like, the thing and just picking up like, the echo and all that. But I'd say like if you're just listening to this for the first time and your eyes were closed, like it would sound like this scary like shaking noise. So I don't know if that could just straight up be like the camera touching, like wherever it lands. And like it's just echoing, because have you ever put like a mic on like your car or something, and it's like driving, you hear like the rocks and like the road gravel and all that stuff. So maybe that could just be that. But I'd say if it's not that, then I would say that'd have to be something maybe that be maybe on the technical side of things. So again, I don't know. Feel free to let me know what you guys think about that sound, because it sounds either one, it could just be straight up the echo, you know, the thing actually just moving with the wind, or two, it could be the sound. It sounds almost like there's like a loose boat or something. Like, I've ever play it and do it again. You can hear that, so it's like shaking. Like, you can see it's like shaking, right? But again, it's only shaking, I think, because it's assuming I've seen like the 360 cameras like in real estate and stuff, that it's just put on this like little stick or this pole, and that could be it as well. So I wish they had I wish they could show the dude's like phone view instead. That way it's much better to get like, you know, just an authentic general view of it versus like this, like, you know, perfectly placed camera right here. But overall, I mean, this video is a step forward versus their previous content where they just straight up show like, you know, old footage of them just like flying with some of the execs and all that. So that's cool right now. This is the most recent stuff. And then if you were to check out YouTube, you can obviously see some more stuff too. But let's just click on like videos, and like this one before this was the flight over the ocean, and I saw this one right here. So it's basically the same stuff. And then I've seen some other trial flights too already. But yeah, this is the most recent you guys see one day ago. So I'd say that is a step forward. And then we can look at their Twitter. And I made this comment too, because I was trying to critique them heavily in my previous videos because technically they didn't have any substance to work with, right? And it's really hard to, you know, be bullish when there's not much to, you know, convince, right? But here you can see, I can't read this. I'm assuming this is in Spanish, but I believe they're showing like some Spain, the CEO of EHANG Spain, which I'll scroll down in a second. But basically, if you can see Spanish, feel free to comment below. But I can kind of like see what it's saying, but I don't have like, you know, the exact translations. And basically, you can see here they show the control center. Now, one comment too, I'd say this is supposedly the little control center that they have regarding like EHANG. So right now, obviously, it's very, you know, it's small. They don't have massive fleets of aircraft. So technically, this seems like it'll be fine. But my concern, and feel free to comment your own opinions and thoughts like regarding this, but imagine they have like hundreds, thousands of these vehicles flying around. I don't see how like this little mini little center is going to be able to keep up with all that stuff. So again, that's just my own opinion. But assuming, I'm guessing if that were the case, they start to scale up, then hopefully they'd expand this or, you know, come up with something else. And again, I think this is the control center. Definitely quote me. Let me know in the comments below if this is a different thing. But based off their old presentation, it seems like the same thing. And then you can see here, just like, you know, just it flying around, all that. So I already seen plenty of these type of videos. So I say the new ones they're releasing now are more, say, recent and seems like it's more authentic. Like this looks much more realistic now. Like now I said it, how they have like a phone camera view. So this looks much better. And let's see if I can hear. Yeah, so I can't understand what she's saying, but basically it looks like they actually did it where they got some sort of reporter, and I'm guessing this might be the person. Yeah, so it looks like a reporter. So that was one comment I did say was on their previous videos that they had a bunch of like, you know, employees, right, and like execs in here, and I was like, why don't they just get an actual person that reports that has no really, I'd say, correlation or anything with EHANG and just straight up says give them their own thoughts. So that's what I'm assuming that means. So feel free to let me know if this person works with EHANG or something, then definitely correct me. But like here, down here, this person right here, and if you like to go down here, you can see this person, Victoria, and I don't know what my screen's covering, but this person is the CEO of EHANG Spain and Latin America, right? So this is a different person from this girl right here. But like I'll just click on it, as you can see. So this is this person here for the EHANG Spain and Latin America. So I'm not sure who this person is, but basically, from my viewpoint and what I've seen, it looks like this person is just a reporter, just checking it out. I mean, we can click on here, check him out too. And it says, I'm guessing, it says based in Beijing. So it looks like some just regular news reporter for Beijing, I'm assuming. I could go here, Google Translate, all that stuff, but I feel like it's unnecessary for that purpose. But pretty much a lot of the stuff that I commented on, even other people were saying, looks like they actually did. So a lot of comments, people were like, hey, get someone else, just random reporter to test drive it or, you know, check it out. And it seems like that's what they did. And so now, so far, I guess we just gonna have to wait and see. But there is one other major news I want to show you guys too before we end this off, is this Chinese air taxi company aims to build the first European vertiport in Italy. So I've actually been to Italy, and I'd say this makes a lot of sense, right? So depending on what areas, obviously I haven't been everywhere, but at least some of the places I've been to, it's very open. Like there's a lot of fields, kind of like farm looking land type things where it's just like countryside almost. Maybe if you're from America, you know what that like replicates. But there's a lot of just open field. There's not money. I'd say it's not like a New York City, right? So if they were to say I'm building this in New York City, I'd be completely opposed to that because it just wouldn't make any logical sense, right? But for like in Italy, again, I don't know where in Italy they're building exactly, but at least right now from what I've seen and based off other videos, Italy's country and the way things or cities are made, I feel like makes a lot more sense for drone taxis versus like a New York or like an LA or or big major cities that have a lot of skyscrapers, Dubai, stuff like that. It just wouldn't be plausible, at least in my opinion today. But for like countries where there's very like open land and there's not really massive skyscrapers and all that, that makes more sense to me. So we're just gonna have to wait until there's more updates on this. But that was pretty cool. This is recent too, 2 days back. So that's pretty cool update to see there. And you can see they have this like cool design. It's basically, they state here that it's they say that this was inspired by the African baobab tree. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but basically they state here it'd be 30 meters high, steel and laminated wood structure, a waiting room, cafe, and 200 meters square meter panoramic restaurant. So that's pretty cool here. And I'm assuming, yeah, so look at this like little inside, I guess. These little ports. And I'm not sure why they have them so close. It's like, I guess, is this going to be like a little, section? Are they going to be that close? I don't know. This is graphics, so we don't know. But here we can see they can handle 3 aerial vehicles at once. So you can see the little EHANG thing here. I'm guessing these are like chairs, maybe? Yeah, it looks like a waiting chair. I'm not sure what those are. And I'm guessing this is like the little center part you get in. And then also just see more pictures of that stuff. So this is pretty interesting. I'd say future predictions, this is much more enticing versus like the previous stuff they showed. Because after the shorts, guys, like I watched some of the other videos, but like they showed like the factory and all that stuff. And I've already skipped through some of the stuff, but basically before the short report, or I would say after short report, the stuff they put out wasn't very convincing. But now it seems like they're coming out with much more content that would make more sense, especially for people watching this company. It's much more, I'd say, you have more ease. But again, I could be 100% wrong. This could be all for show, and then the price goes down and just tanks. Like, we've seen companies that were massive, doing super well on social media, but in behind the scenes they were all fake and all that, so they end up crashing down. So hopefully that's not the case for this company, but we'll never know until it happens. But for now, at least, we're just gonna have to wait and see. There's not really much going on in terms of like the company, but we can see some support around the 20, looks like around this $27, $28 price point. So like worst case, the market starts to continue downtrending. I mean, we could test that area, but for the most part, we just have to wait and see what they pull off and do for the next few months, and then hopefully this company does well, and then other companies can follow suit. But aside from that, if you made it this far in the video and you want to get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850, then be sure to click the first link in the description below. Sign up for an account, and as long as you deposit $100 minimum or more, you'll be able to receive 2 free stocks valued up to potentially $1,850. And aside from that, if you haven't already, go down below, hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, give this video a thumbs up, guys, and comment down below your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one.